Hi and welcome, I'm John and this is Unique Wargaming Terrain. Guys, welcome back. For everyone that's new, this is a Let's Build video. What are Let's Build videos? What they're all about? Well, in a Let's Build video, I take a model kit and I'll show you how you guys had to put together. If there's any areas of concern on the sprue, as in anything on the sprue is numbered differently to the instructions, I'll give you guys a heads up. If there's anything on the sprue on the piece you're taking off that needs to stay but looks like it shouldn't be there, again, I'll let you guys know. If I make any mistakes, then I identify the mistake and let you guys know, look, so you don't make the same mistake. If you suffer with dyslexia or struggle with instruction in general, again, this is a visual aid just to help you. If you're interested in models for a particular army that you have or that you want to start collecting, again, this is a visual aid just to show you how easy these guys are to build. These videos are always, to help everyone of any skill level or any age, just to give you a heads up and prepare you for what you're going to build. So for all my regulars here, guys, I feel love, thank you very much. See you in a minute. Right, so you would have seen from the thumbnail, I'm building Fellgor Ravagers. This is a kill team box, but you can have it in your Chaos Space Marine Force as well, so that's why it's going to be added to mine. So before we go into the sprue, tools needed as always. Mould line scraper, most useful part of our kit. Now you can use a hobby knife or some sort of surgical blade. If you're using a sharp tool, just be careful because it's sharp. Let everyone in the house know you're using one, so nobody scares you by accident. You know, so cats don't get near you or little hands get near you. And we have clippers, most useful part of our kit as well, for taking bits off the sprue. Now I do have sanding sponge. It's basically sponge with sandpaper either side. Lets me get into little nitty gritty pieces. Sanding sponge or sanding block. Now you can get in the hardware shop, the wallpaper or the sandpaper somewhere in that area. It's a plastic kit, so plastic glue. I do have super glue at hand just in case, but I don't usually need it on plastic kits. So the first thing we're going to do, for everyone that's new, we look at the sprue or sprues, and ascertain what's what to make our life a little bit easier. Because sometimes you look at the sprues and you go, oh my goodness, there's so many parts and half parts are not even needed. Like I'm looking at the instructions at the moment, 12, 15, it's 18 horns, 3, 6, 9, 12, 15 horns and the same heads. There's only 10 models in the box, so it gives you different optional parts. But let's have a look anyway. So we've got some horns here. Got a nice head there with all the horns on it. Just a nice little gong. There's a shaman's staff. And some arms, some bladed weapons, some close combat weapons. Some just general bits and pieces. That's a nice little base. There's that one. Then we have this one, which has got a lot of body parts on it. Okay, so I'd imagine that two of the body parts go together, probably not those two, but go together to create the body, which is quite straightforward really. And you've got bits like this, then I'd imagine it go over the front, just to, tie up any gaps or cover any gaps. It's a nice big mauling weapon there. It's got more horns, and I think the horns are going to be scattered across every single sprue. Yeah, there's some nice assortment of stuff. There's some hand weapons, plasma pistol that the hero, the Iron Horn, the champion can have. And then this sprue is pretty much the same, but there's a few hammers here, which is nice. They're not thunder hammers, nothing, they're just like normal hammers. Auto pistols, because the whole squad comes armed with auto pistols and the close combat weapon. So it's nice, more body parts, some heads. I will note though, the heads are very small, but a nice detail on them anyway. So I'm going to finish getting set up and then come back to you guys for the first pieces. I just want to note here, there's 15 horns, but one of them is the Iron Horn, the Sergeant's horns. The rest of them are just interchangeable with the heads, and any head can be interchanged with any horn. So you can give the Sergeant any face you want, and the S have the big horns, and then everyone else can have whatever face and whatever horns they want. So the first piece is needed. There's the Iron Horns as well, by the way. So the first piece is needed, number 1, which is this one, which is right next to the plasma pistol, and number 23, which is this one. Very, very straightforward. I'm going to snip it, clean it, show how it goes together. Right, straight away the instructions are wrong. On the very first model, the instructions are wrong. It's telling me number 1, which is this one, and number 23. But the picture is showing me number 2. Okay, which I did think was a bit weird going from 1 to 23. And just to show you that I'm not spoofing this, it's 23, number 1. So straight away that's wrong. So I put number 23 to one side. There's number 2 that I need, and the reason I noticed it is because there's rock underneath his foot, and I was looking, that doesn't look right. There's no rock there. But anyway, I'm going to clip that, clean that, and I'll show you how these two pieces, proper pieces, go together. Right, I did dry fit these ones before I put some glue on there, so it basically just goes in like that. Yeah. So you end up with a little diamond on his lower torso there. Everything else goes in. It doesn't look like there's many join lines, which is nice. Right, so the next piece we need is number 3. Okay, I'm going to snip it, clean it, show you how it goes on, but it's then telling me to put them onto his base at the same time. Right, this is very, very straightforward. There's a little pin on the side of him there. There's a hole in that, and that just slots on. That slot on there. Like so. The little looks like a bullet, but that little bit there, there's a little groove for that to sit into as well. I'm going to glue into his base and go back to the next piece. Right, so the next one we need is number 77, which is the horns, the iron horns, and any head you want. Now there's no heads on this same sprue, so I'm going to take a head off another sprue. These horns down, clean both down, show you how they go on. Right, so there's a little bit at the back there. I'll put some glue into it. And there's a flat piece at the front there that just sits in there like so. That's what it looks like. Then the next piece we need, you got to decide whether you want to give him the auto pistol or the plasma pistol. Now I'm going to give him the plasma pistol, which is number 9. If you're giving him the auto pistol, it's number 8 or number 10. But I'm going to give him this one, so I'm going to clip it, clean it, show you how it goes on. Right, it's very straightforward. So the head, I put a little bit of glue in there. The head, just be careful because it's still a bit wet, just sits sits up here. Why are you not going on now? Like so. There's a pin here on this arm. There's a hole here that just slots on. So I'm going to glue that into place and then come back to you for the next piece. Now you want to decide whether you want to give him the chainsword, which is number 6, or the where are we? Just sort of power maul. Where is it? Or number 7. Sorry, power maul. So chainsaw or power maul. Now, this same model, you can not give him the iron horn, horns, and give him normal horns and make him into a normal warrior, which tells me that this unit could be 10 or 20 strong. Okay, now I haven't got the codex, so I can't see what it is, but that's what it would indicate to me. Now, if it is 20 strong and you're going to build 20 of them in a unit, make sure you always build 2 of the iron horns. I'll tell you why. One's going to be, you're using it as a 20-man unit, one's going to be the iron horn. So the first casualty comes off is the other iron horn model. If you want to use 2 units of 10, then you have your sidearm for both units. Okay, Anyway, I'm going to go with the chainsaw, which is number 6. If you were going with the warrior, actually, let me just say, number 8 is the arm that goes on instead of the plasma pistol. Okay, and he only has the option of, I know he has the option of a chainsword or the power maul, so either one. Well, to say power maul, it's not power maul, it's just a close combat weapon. Anyway, chainsword is what's coming off. And so this arm goes into a little groove there. And I was trying to figure out, you see I've got the glue there, that just goes in like so. So I'm going to have to hold it off camera. Or maybe not. It's decided to move a little bit. And then one more piece for him. Last bit we need for him is number 4. So I just took the chainsword from there. So number 4 is there. Right, so there's a diamond pin in the middle there. You would have guessed where it goes. There's a diamond hole on his front there. That just slots in. It does just slot in, like so. So now we have the sergeant built. Very straightforward. Now, so the next guy, on the same sprue, need number 11 and number 12. Okay, so that's where the iron horns were. So this is how close it is. So it's very straightforward. Now, so these 2 bits had me a little bit thrown at first, but the best way of doing them is turn it around to the back. You'll see the belt clips in, and that's the best way to line it up. And we're left with this weird little shape at the front. For the next piece we need, on the same sprue, is number 13, this piece here. Okay, so we just took these 2, so we'll take this one. Might put some glue all in there, because basically this little piece here slots in that gap there. So it just goes on. If I put it on right, there we go. Like so. Very straightforward. Now it's telling me any head and horns and glue it to the base. So I'm going to do both of those things and come back to you after that. Right, so this guy's pretty much done. You got a choice now. You can either give him the close combat weapon and the auto pistol, or you can give him a great weapon. So the auto pistol is number 15, which is this one here, and the close combat weapon is number 14, which is the blade here. The blade goes on this side, auto pistol goes on that side, exactly the same as the other guy. I'm pretty sure it's the same. Well, it's not exactly the same. There's a little funny circle pin there, but it's very, very straightforward. But I'm going to go with the great weapon, and I like this because the arm's already attached to the to the weapon. So what it's telling me in the instructions is, much like the Space Marine Scouts, it just slots straight on. So I'm going to snip it off, clean it down, glue that straight on. So far with everything with this kit, it's been pretty much self-aligned, as in once you put the 2 bits together, they line up perfectly, and the next bit lines up perfectly. Next bit, even the heads sit nicely in the bodies, nice and snug in there, so you can't get it wrong. Anyway, I'm going to snip it off, clean it down, glue it on, and there we have it. This one gave me a little bit more problem than I like to admit to. I thought the arm went there, but it doesn't. It goes on the back here. Okay, there's 2 little grooves, and it goes in there, and let's put that side in first, and then just line this side up. But it looks amazing. Looks absolutely amazing. So next one needed, I'm hoping it's on. Oh, it is brilliant. So it's all on the same sprue first of all. So we need 17 and 18. Okay, they're going to line up pretty much the same way. I'm not going to need to show you this. It's very straightforward. That goes back here. Yeah. So I'm going to glue that together. You're going to have a little opening at the front, but I'll show you that when it comes back to it. Here's where they pretty much line themselves up. It's so easy. The next one we need is number 19, which is this one here. So we've just taken these two, so we need this goes over the front, same as the last guy. And number 20, which is this one here, auto pistol arm. See the hole there. So the auto pistol goes into. So I'm going to clean those two bits off, glue them on, and then glue them to his base. Right, so now for this guy, you can make him as a warrior, which is any head you want. And it's weapon number 21, which is this one, which goes on this side. But there is another option in these instructions for a herd goad. Okay, it's a very weird name, but a herd goad. He has head number 2, which I don't think is going to be on this sprue. I think it's on this little tiny one. Yeah, okay, so he has head number 2. I can't see at the moment. But he has the this one here, which is the little lip whip and everything else. He actually has the head. There it is, number 2. The one I said to you, that's very interesting. He has that one, and that head goes in this little groove on top. Same as the other two. And then that goes in the little slot arm there. Now I don't think the specialist models in this unit, in this kit, have any more rules in game terms. I think they're just normal Fellgor Ravagers, apart from the iron horn. You know, I don't think he has a special rule, but I think the weapon he has different rules to the rest of them. But I just think they look cool, and I think painting wise it's going to be, you know, different paint rather than just painting auto pistols and skin and horns. I think it'd be a bit different, so I'm going to glue the whip onto him and number 2 head, and then I'll come back to you for the next guy. Oh, the arm's trying to come out, of course it is. And there we have him. Absolutely fantastic. That arm's probably going to try and fall out again. But the detail, look at the bicep detail on him. Absolutely amazing. It's going to be amazing with some colours and some washes on him. I can't wait to get these guys on into the vote. Just keep an eye on that hand, the arm, because I've got a funny feeling it's going to start falling out. So the next 2 that we need, this is the funny one now, is number 22 and 23. So that's the first piece that I cut out because it's told me I need that one and I don't. It's 22 and 23. So they go together pretty much the same way. You know, there's not, the 2 body parts just go together so easy. And clean those off and then glue them together and come back to the next piece. Right, so the next piece we need is number 24, which is this weird piece here. That's how it looks at the moment. So I'm going to clean it, snip it, clean it, show you how it goes on. I'm going to correct myself for a minute. I just forgot to say this. The specialist units in this box, specialist models in this box, have no place in 40k. Okay, they're just box standard apart from Elite to Sergeant. But it's the kill team box. It's the only way you can get these models is the, you know, the kill team box itself. Now I would imagine in kill team they have special rules for these guys. Okay, so I'll just correct myself there, but in 40k, to the best of my knowledge, there isn't. This basically just slides straight in there. So they just slots itself together so easily and so nice. And the next one we need is 25, which is this one here. Okay, so that's where the body's meant to be. To take that one off, clean it down, I'll show you how it goes on. Right, so this piece, I put some glue in there, but there's a hole there, there's a pin there that just glues in there like so. literally just slots itself in. Now I need to just push that in a bit more, but I'll do that off camera now. Right, so this guy's weapon, you can have number 3, which is an amazing axe on the small sprue, on number 26, which is not on this sprue. Let me just find number 26 for you. Right, so number 26 is on the sprue that we've been working from. It's in that top corner. I'm going to go with the axe. So the axe is literally slides in that gap there. It's underneath. So I'm going to clip it, clean it, glue it, and then come at you for the head. Right, so that goes in, yeah, but it's meant to be positioned more closely down towards the base. I think the end of the axe hangs off the base. I didn't like that, so I just positioned it this way, and it looks fine. There's no gaps, no nothing, so it's nice. I did notice, however, there's a horrible old line going across the top there. But I'll get that when it's fully dry. There's no panic for that. Right, so for the head, you can have any horn and head, any head you want for this one, or you can have number 4, which is this little piece here, and number 5, which is this one. It goes together the same way. So I'm going to clean it, snip it, clean it, glue it, put them on him, and we'll move on to the next guy. Right, so we're on to the other big sprue now. The next ones we need are 27 and 28. Okay, down this corner, I'm trying to think. Okay, so you've got the 2 hammers, they're just there. Again, they're pretty straightforward, one slots into the other, so I'm going to clip them, clean them, glue them, and come back for the next piece. Right, so the next piece we need is 29, which is here. I'm going to snip clean, show you how it goes on. This is very straightforward, always dry fit first, that's what I was doing, because I just want to figure out which way it goes. This basically just slides over the top, like so. Okay. Now when it comes in this, and then slots at a sort of angle. They're very nice, very easy. I'm going to put onto its base now. Right, so this guy can either have blade 30 and gun 31. This is where the 3 parts that we just took, so it's very straightforward. It's all laid up pretty nice and easy. I'm not going to go with that one. I'm going to go with the other option. And so the other option for this model is the Fellgor shaman, which in 40k, from what I can see, has no rules for it. It's just there. So I'm just going to, well, I don't know. I couldn't access the Chaos Codex app because I don't have the Codex yet. But from what I understand, it's just going to be normal guy. But if he is in it, then great, fantastic. I don't see why they wouldn't have him in it. But anyway, so the pieces we need for this guy, number 9, which is his staff, and number 8, which is over here, this little piece here, and we need number 6, which is this one, and number 7, which is this little hand here. So I'm going to take 6 and 7 first and clean them and show you how they go together. Right, so I've put a little bit of glue in there. You see he's got a little finger there. The hand, there's a little flat piece the other side, so it should just slot. I can line it up. It's a pretty piece. Nope, that's not right. Like so. Yeah, that's still not right. It's sort of like that, but you can see it's still slightly off. You have to be forgiven if you didn't go this option. Oh dear me, this is more fiddly than Necrons, this little hand. But it's still not right. That looks better. It's so fiddly. It's actually easier to see on the camera where it's magnified than it is to look at it with my own eye. Let's just come off. That's still not right. I'm going to fiddle around it a bit off camera. If I can't get it, then I'm going to go back to the other arm that goes on there, which is the sword arm. Right, I couldn't seem to get it to line up properly. It looks fine, but as soon as I get on camera, I can see it doesn't look right to me. I don't know what way I've done that wrong. So it's been there, I don't know. Anyway, so I decided not to mess around with it, so I only frustrate myself. So I went back to the sword, put the sword on there. So the next two pieces for this guy, we're going to go with the staff, which is number 9, and this little piece over here, which is number 8. So I'm going to snip clean, show you how they go on. Right, hopefully this one works nicely because it's a lovely piece of kit here. So put a bit of glue in the top there. Okay, now this piece, this little bit hanging out the bottom here, is supposed to go down. It's supposed to slot in like so. That looks a... I don't... Is this right? No, it's the wrong way around. It's supposed to go in like that. There we go, that's better. So that little dangle bit goes at the bottom. Okay. So leave the dry for a few minutes. It's going to be too difficult to put that in. The next piece that we need is number 10, which is back on the little sprue, which is this lovely piece here. So we just took number 8 from here, so it's this one. This is one complete head, absolutely lovely. So I'm going to snip it, clean it, glue it on, and then I'm going to glue this in. The other arm just glues in to there. So I'm going to glue that into place as well, and then come back for the next guy. Then we have him. Now that arm was a little bit tricky to put in, but I think only because the two arm bits are wet still. But a little drop of glue on the base because the staff does hit the base, which is nice. Gives it no point of contact. Right, so the next guy, we need number 32, which is this one here. So we've just taken these ones. Okay, and then we need number 33, which is on the first sprue that we worked from. And it's this weird looking piece at the back here. Okay, this piece. So I'm going to snip them both, clean them, and show you how they go together. Now this one's actually very straightforward. So at the bottom here, there's a little, I've been gluing already, but there's a little rectangle piece. There's a rectangle piece there. That just slots in like so. It gives you your arm section, gives you body section, gives you the back section, which is nice. Right, so the next piece we need is 34, which is this piece here. So we've just taken this body. So this is one we need. And as you guys already guessed it, it goes straight over the front there. And then I'm going to glue him into his base. Right, so now you've got a choice. You can make him into a warrior, Fellgor warrior, or Fellgor Diff Gnoll. Well, Diff Gnoll, let's just flip the page there. He has the following. Number 11 is his arm that goes on this side. He has number 13, which is holding the gong, and number 12, which is one next to it. That little piece this side glues into the hand, and that glues into the top of the model there. And then it's 14 and 15, which is the head, which I can't see. Well, there's 15, there's the horns. Yeah, so 14 must be on here as well. Of course it isn't. Oh, it's head 14. So a quick look on this one. Nope, nope, nope. Nope. So it's probably going to be on this one where this body is. No, I can't seem to see it. Would have thought it would have been on here. Anyway, I'm not going to do him. I'm going to crack on with the warrior. If I come across it, then I'll show you where that is. For the warrior, I need number, where are we? On the page. Number 37, which is this one here. Okay, so we've just taken these parts. So 37, 38, which is the gun here, and 35, which is the pouch. Now the two arms are self-explanatory. They go on the model, nice way, the usual way. So I say one either side. But number 35, the gun pouch, slots on the side of his body there. So I'm going to glue these three bits on, glue them to a base, and it's any head and horns, and glue it on, and then it's him done. And then we have this guy. Very nice, very easy. Now, so the next guy is 39 and 40. Again, I don't show you. They slot in together. Clip them, clean them, dry fit them first. You'll see how they go. Very, very simple. Next piece this guy needs is number 41. We've just taken these two. So 41, as you would have guessed, it just slots in that gap in the front there. And then I'm going to glue him to his base. Right, so with this guy, you can either make him into a normal warrior or a mangler. Now, I think the mangler looks absolutely savage, so I'm going to go with that. But the normal warrior parts, number 42 and number 43, and there's any head and horns that you want. Obviously, the arms go on the correct side and the head goes where it's meant to go. These models are very straightforward. Apart from the shaman's hand, that was the only issue I've had so far, is that, because it's very fiddly. But there's a different option to choose. I mean, I think it looks just as cool with the sword as it is with the hand gesturing along. Anyway, for the mangler, we need number 16 and number 17. These are on the small sprues, but again, it's very straightforward to see how they go on. The hands go in. And then we need number 18, which is the head. Where is this bad boy? There he is. Okay, so 18, 17, 16. I'm going to clip them, clean them, glue them on, and we'll come back for the next guy. And there we have this guy. Looking nice. He's trying to escape from his base. I'll just make sure he stays on there. Now, so for the next one, we'll need 44 and 45. And number 46. So obviously it needs to go together. They slot in together nicely, and this guy goes over the front. But there's only one point of contact on this model, which is this piece here, this flat piece. Okay, so then I'm going to clip these three off, clean them down, glue them together, glue them to the base, and then come back for his arms. Right, so this guy can be made into a warrior as normal, or a Fellgor null scar. Okay, it looks like there's some sort of power fist weapon, but I'm going to make a normal warrior because I don't like the look of this with the power fist stuff. But anyway, to make the null scar, you need number 22, it's on the small sprue, and number 21, that's the head and horns. You need 19, which is this crazy bit here, and you need 20, which is the fist. Okay, they both use gun number 49, which is this one here. We just took these two pieces, so that's the gun that they both use, and the weapon that I'm going for, the normal warrior, is 47, which is this one. and there's any horn, any heads go onto this guy. You can even put the horns for the other guy that I've just shown you on there if you want to. Right, and then we have this guy, nice and easy. Right, so the next guy is number 50, 51 and 52. I'm going to have to show you this guy because it's 3 pieces. It's very straightforward. This piece just goes in here. If you're not sure, spin around to the front. You can see how it slots in. Okay, this will slot in nicely. And then this last piece goes over the back of them, both of them, or over the top, shall I say. This is the back of the body. So this just slots in like so. Of course, it went in when I was dry fitting it. Let's see what the problem is. Tiny little bit of sprue there. I thought it's part of the belt, but it's obviously not. Slots in. Make sure it does it nicely. And that's the first time I've seen a little join line on these guys, which is nuts. Now I'm going to glue into his base. Okay, so this guy here can be made as a warrior as normal, or a tox horn. Now, the tox horn looks absolutely amazing. I'm going to go with him. But the parts you need for the warrior, any head and horns, okay, go in the slot as normal. Number 55, he has the hammer, which still looks really cool as well. He has the gun, which is 56, which is this one here. And he has gun pouch 53, which is that one there. Now the gun pouch goes on the side of him. It's very straightforward. But the bits for the other guy that I need is gun pouch 54. That goes inside of his leg. I think everything else on the small sprue. He needs number 25, which is little canisters, which I'll show you where they go. Number 26, which is his head, which is very straightforward, but just be careful because it's that little wire and that little box has to stay. And 24 is his arm that goes in, and he has 26, which is not on this sprue. Right, so this I'm jumping too far ahead here. I'm going to take number 26 off, which is, sorry, 26 is his head. Yes, 23 his blade. So that's his blade arm. There's his other arm throwing a grenade, which is actually really cool. So I'm going to clip those off, clean those down, glue those on. I don't need to show you those. And glue his head on as well. Again, I don't need to show you that. And then I'll glue his gun pouch on. I clean his gun pouch off and his canisters off. I clean them off and I'll show you how they go on. That looks so cool. With a grenade coming out of his hand, absolutely amazing. I really like that. Now the gun pouch goes on his leg here. There is a little rectangular hole, and there's actually a little rectangular pin, so that glues on there. And the pouches, the canisters, there's a rectangular bit in there. I believe it goes on his hip here, just where that little knobble bit is. Now I don't know if that's sprue, if that's meant to be on there, but it looks, that's where it looks like it. Actually, it looks like it goes over here. It goes on there somehow anyway. It's on along his belt there. So without dropping it, I'm going to glue those two pieces on and then come back to the last guy. Now for the last guy. So we need 57, 58, 59. So this is another one of those weird 3 pieces one. But the instructions show you a weird way of doing it, but this is the best way of doing it. So you take your piece, put it on the front here, line the belt up, Everything else just slots, it should slot in. Nicely. And then the other piece, I've already put glue on it, so how it goes. Slots over the top, like so. Give it all a little squeeze, make sure it goes in. Now there is a horrible join line there, so I'll just run some glue across that. Then I'll glue into his base again. Only one point of contact on this last one. Right, again, you can even make this as a warrior or a flux spray. Okay, I'm going to make the flux spray because I think it looks really cool. But the warrior is any head and horns going in the normal slot. Then it's gun 61, which is this one here. So you've just taken all these pieces here. So it's this gun and hammer 60. They go on as normal. That's him. But for the flux ray, we're going to start with the head. It takes a little bit of dry on that one. Number 30 and 31. There's 31. And number 30 is, does I not see on here? Does somebody see on here? No, he's not on here. Okay, so we need the horns. Okay, well this is numbered up as number 30. And that's what the instructions are telling me, number 30. So that looks a bit too big to have a head in there. So I'm just going to take number 70 head, this is there, and 31 horns, and put them together. I don't know if there's a misprint in the instructions on the sprue. It's probably in the instructions because just that number 30 on the sprue is too big to have a head into it. That's the size the normal heads take. So there's not going to be 3 points of contact in a big massive, gap for it. Anyway, next one needs number 27. That goes on this side. So I'm going to clean that and glue that on. Right, so the next one we need, or last two we need is 29 and 28. So I'm going to snip them both off, clean both down. I'm going to show you how these guys go on together. Right, so number 29 just slots. Let's get the angle on this boy. Just slots in there, like so. It looks a little bit weird. And the other one then, let's get some glue on there. The other one just slots in up here, like so. Now let's give that a little push in more. As you can see, it's not fully in, but that's the gist of it. And there we have it. Now this one has, the join line was quite prominent on this one, so I've had to chuck a little bit of glue to the long join line. I noticed I missed a mould line along his arm there, but it's not a big issue because before I even spray anything down, I always check for mould lines, and if there's anything else, any mould lines that I've missed, I can just come in with a bit of sanding sponge. I can, I just always give them a clean over before I spray them down. So that's these guys done. So if you're new to the channel, hit the subscribe button because it costs you absolutely nothing. Turn your notifications on, so you don't miss anything. Because every one of you that subscribes to the channel, it helps the channel in a massive way. Everyone smash the thumbs up button, so it triggers YouTube to share this video with more and more people. Makes this amazing community of you guys grow even more. I'm going to bring you down to show you some pretty pictures. Thanks for watching. Until next time, take it easy.